Yo, what's going on, guys? And today I wanted to talk about the Atlanta Hawks, and they are fighting for that playoff spot, guys. And Danilo Gallinari he's saying, hey, they need somebody out here. John Collins is out for the rest of the year. It seems like, or indefinitely as of right now. And Danilo Gallinari is like, I'm back in the starting lineup. You put me next to DeAndre Hunter and Clint Capela, you're gonna get a lot of shots, baby. And over the last 3 games, he's basically been averaging, I think it's like 20-something points a game. So I know you had that one down game against the Knicks, but still, this is a man who's been balling. Danilo Gallinari. I want to hear your thoughts down below. Trae Young dropping 15 assists. He was like, you get a pass, you get a pass, you get a pass, you get a pass. Like and subscribe, guys. Comment down below what you think of the Atlanta Hawks. Kevin Huerter, thankfully, seems like Nate McMillan finally heard my comments that Kevin Huerter should be shooting at least 12 field goals a night, at least 10 three-pointers a night, and he's doing it as of late, okay? He had a 20-point night tonight, and I really do believe that Kevin Huerter is a guy who should be shooting at least 10 threes a night, okay? So much fun to watch, and over the last 3 games, this is a guy who's been averaging, 42, what is that, 14, he's been averaging 14 points a night. That's a few points more than his, last few, for the season, which is 11.5. This is a guy who can easily average 14 to 17 points a night. And he's showing that he's a willing defender, okay? He grabs a steal every night. Clint Capela, I know he isn't at the level he was last year for the season, but as of late, this guy's getting rebounds. I know it's crazy. Now, I want to hear your guys' thoughts. I was making sure I wasn't out of sync. Then they finally have a backup point guard who's defensive and pass first in DeLon Wright, who can also go off if needed. Onyeka Okongwu is the perfect backup center, even though tonight he had no points. He had a few blocks. He had a steal. Grabbing rebounds, looking like a menace out there, making sure people keeping these streets safe like sesame, okay? And the thing is I like the idea. This gets us back to the groove of back in the playoffs. You have Clint Capela grabbing the misses, grabbing the boards, cleaning it all up, licking his chops on those putbacks. Then you have Danilo Gallinari launching threes. DeAndre Hunter, the guy who can defend every single position. And with Danilo Gallinari, Danilo can switch with, DeAndre Hunter and guard some of the small forwards because of his size and do what Lauri Markkanen's doing similar to the Cavaliers. He just uses size to slow people down. And, he's actually tough enough and long enough to stay with some centers who are skinny. And then you have Kevin Huerter who can switch with DeAndre Hunter on some guys, and it works out really well at times. And then you just have Trae Young being the offensive maestro who's running, facilitating everything, setting people up to score, and then scoring 30 points himself. And then if you ever need to give, need a little scoring punch and Kevin Huerter needs a break, or Trae Young, you throw in the will. And if you ever need Trae to get a break but you need some defense, or you need Kevin Huerter to get a break and need some defense, you throw in DeLon Wright, and Trae goes a little bit more offensive, and DeLon Wright takes care of stuff. And Timothy Luwawu-Cabarrot is a guy who I think quietly has built a role for himself. I know Bogdan Bogdanovic is out, and he's awesome. He's playing the 6th man. He's perfect off the bench, coming in for Kevin Huerter or DeAndre Hunter at any time needed. But over the last 7 games, over really since the All-Star break, if you want to say, this is a guy in Timothy Luwawu-Cabarrot that, I've actually been quite impressed with his 3-and-D ability, okay? I know it's nothing special. We're not going to sit here and, go like hooligans and say, oh, my God, Timothy Luwawu-Cabarrot. But, through, 15, 16 games since the All-Star break, Timothy Luwawu-Cabarrot has played in, 8 of those. And he actually comes in, puts in, 3. He plays about 9 minutes a night. And he tries. And it's actually a nice it's a good sign to know DeAndre Hunter has a guy who can give them a breather, as DeAndre Hunter's been playing 32 minutes a night and who could be a defender. He's a poor man's Torrey Craig, Timothy Luwawu-Cabarrot. Very poor man's. But that's the video, guys. What are your thoughts down below?